Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a Fallout 76 video. I'm going to do a bunker build. I'm going to show you what I've done for a bunker rather. This is basically making an indestructible camp. Now it's not possible to probably cause some damage, I suppose, if somebody is able to access the inside of your bunker, or they drop a nuke on your bunker. I mean, these are things. I don't think it's probably impossible to damage. I just think people aren't going to waste their time to try and damage it. But anyway, let me show you what I've done. And the reason is I just wanted to try the concept because it's on YouTube. So if you don't know how to build a bunker, by all means take a look at YouTube, or if you'd like me to make a quick video on how to do it, then I certainly can. But there should be quite a few videos on how to do it and using the fireplace trick to actually do that. So I don't see this as an exploit. I just wish that Fallout or Bethesda had made this by default like it was in Fallout 4. I mean, you totally could build foundations on top of foundations in Fallout 4. I'm not sure what the reason is. It's probably just, they want to make it very simple. Anyway, so let me start with the area. I'm right here by top of the world. There's actually three different deposits here. There's a junk deposit just near the road. There is a concrete deposit, which obviously I built upon just because I need a lot of concrete. So I'd suggest if you don't have a concrete deposit, you might want to pick a location with that, or just make sure you have a ton of concrete, or just it might just take a while for you to actually complete your build. I did want to actually build, and there's also an acid deposit. I think this guy might be at the acid deposit. So there is a stream. I don't know what I was going to say there, but there's a stream close by. So if you wanted to get water, you can do that. I didn't actually build over a stream myself, but there is water close by if you needed to, and obviously you can build water pumps and stuff inside your bunker, if you will. So the idea with my bunker is it's self-contained. It has everything. It's just not as pretty, right? So I mean, it's not going to have all the decorations because I used a lot of budget. There's even bloodleaf around this area. So as I'm walking up to the bunker, as you can see, it's very utilitarian, as somebody had called one of my previous builds. Very square. Like I said, if you pick the right area, maybe you make a cozy little bunker. I wanted that's what I was going to say. I wanted to make a bunker that was quite spacious. So I chose bigger versus smaller. I didn't want to, I could have gone with sort of maybe 1 or 2 levels. As you can see, the roof is made out of concrete as well. Someone did mention you can make it out of wood flooring, so but you have to have steps up there. There's probably a way, I just don't know that how to do it, but whether you made a roof out of concrete or floor, it probably doesn't really make a difference. Now the difference with the floor, of course, is if you'd have to have steps up to the floor, and there's probably a trick to get rid of those steps. Anyway, so just a quick look around the building. Very squarish, very bunkerish looking. So it does look like a bunker. No windows, no doors. I'll show you where my secret entrance is in a moment. You could probably guess it's just in the front there. I'll do a view of the inside first, and then I'll come and I'll see if I can get on top. I don't have the marsupial jumping serum. Otherwise, I'm still pretty low level for that. But otherwise, I just jump on the top there. You can actually jump up. Someone also suggested this would be a great build for if you were building in a nuke zone. It might survive a nuke. Someone said radiation does still go through the walls, so it might destroy everything inside still. That's what I said. People could probably destroy it if they wanted to. Other things people could do is they could fast travel, and before the building renders, they could run inside. So just kind of be aware. It's not impossible to get inside. I just think most people that show up with the intent to destroy your camp will just kind of move on. They're not going to bother. They're not going to waste time. They're not going to go launch a nuke unless they just want to irritate you. But it's very unlikely. But it's still possible. But yeah, the most people will run up here with TSEs and just want to destroy camps or get you. They see you standing here. The nice thing about this bunker is you don't have to crouch and hide and move yourself on the map. You could stay here and you know, people can't really actually, you know, they can come up here, and as you can see, there's my entrance, but you can see you can't actually access it. So the nice thing about the way I designed this is that I have moved this block that's in the front here, and there's a door behind it, and I can go in and I can put the block back. So that's kind of one of the main ideas, that I wanted to be able to be in my camp, and if people showed up, they couldn't get in, they couldn't access it, they can't shoot the foundations. As you probably may know or may not know, foundations can't be destroyed. Floors can't be destroyed, steps can't be destroyed, so they can't really do much damage or any damage to this as it stands. You could probably throw a grenade here. Let's see if we got any grenades here. And nothing will get damaged. And you know, you can shoot the walls or whatever. You won't go into wanted status, so there's going to be nothing they can really do to get to you, but aside then maybe fast traveling, and maybe hoping that it doesn't render. They can do that once, and then after that it won't work for them, right? Because it's already rendered for them, right? Anyway, let's get inside, and then we'll see if we can do a quick view from the top. Now I'm at max budget, so I just kind of go to the max. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to store this wall. Just make sure you store the right wall, because obviously it'll cause problems if you don't. Okay, as you can see, a secret entrance is now revealed. I have a door, and let's go inside and take a look. Now before we take a look, let's actually put back that door, because that's kind of the whole concept here. So we're going to put back the block, and it's simply just you know, slamming that block there. Now you're completely locked in, nobody can get in, including teammates. So teammates can't actually remove anything from your camp that you built. So even if a random joins your team, no one can actually remove that block there and get access to your camp. So even if you had a random, they can't show up at your camp and destroy your camp, right? Not easily anyway. So as you can see, I wanted a bunker or a camp that was totally self-contained. It had a harvester. I mean, obviously, if you don't have a few of these things, you'd have more budget to build with, make it maybe prettier, have more paintings on the wall. You can actually put walls. If I had just a bit more budget, I could probably layer all the concrete walls with some either wood walls, or in this case, I've layered just the entrance here with these concrete walls, which are kind of the brick walls on the outside. As you can see them on the side there. So I mean, probably you could make it nice if we had more budget, but obviously with the lack of budget, you know, I could only do that entrance, right? So like I said, self-contained, has a kitchen area, has a sleeping area. I even built a little bedroom at the top there. You know, you can choose, if you didn't want some of those, you can use that budget and make it and put decorations up instead. And like I said, I wanted the height as well. I don't know what I could have made this one floor, but it would have been very claustrophobic. Maybe it would have been a little bit more cozy. You could have put some lighting and made it really cozy, possibly. But for me, I kind of wanted that height. I just, you know, it's more open plan sort of type thing, right? So as you can see here, I have a little kitchen area, little sitting area, table area, got all my workbenches. So I have all the luxuries I actually need to craft and do whatever, and stand here. I even little TV area. I even have a Brahmin, so I've got fertilizer here if I wanted. So I literally don't have to actually leave the bunker if I didn't want to. Got my water purifiers here, so I can, you know, grab a water pump so I can get water. Now I don't need 5 water pumps. So again, if I wanted to have that extra budget to decorate, I could, you know, maybe downsize to maybe 1 or 2 water pumps, and maybe that's enough for most of you. Also, I have a little grow up or crop here. So again, you know, if you didn't want mole rats to come through, mole rats will probably come through anyway because they tend to glitch the walls anyway. But you know, I wanted a little garden area, and you know, a little area that I could grow up stuff. I got my water area and things like that. So you know, I've got everything I pretty much need, yeah. And even a power armor station, yeah, so I could craft and make power armor without being disturbed. So it'll be interesting. I haven't had anyone show up and try get in or get close to the building yet, but it'll be interesting to see if they do. And eventually, I'll just kind of, you know, hang out here and see. Maybe I'll get a message and they want to come inside and take a look or something, right? But like I said, got if they dropped a nuke on you, they might be able to destroy some stuff. Who knows, right? So I got a harvester here. Like I said, I went with concrete only because I needed a lot of concrete. It took me a while to build this. Even with this harvester with concrete, I still had to get concrete from other characters to try and complete this in a reasonable amount of time. It is a little bit tedious building these concrete walls. Like I said, to watch those videos. Once you get the hang of it, you can go fairly quickly. There's one video that suggests you just use the fireplace. There's another one that uses the pole, as you saw at the entrance. I use both. You don't have to use one or the other specifically. I mean, using just the fireplace goes a little bit quicker. So once you get the base floors in, then you can actually go relatively quickly. So let me show you the quick bedroom area. Again, I just wanted to have like an area, since we have the height here, a little bedroom area up here that, you just out of the way, sort of at the top. It's almost like a factory kind of layout in a way, if you will. So I'm very happy how this turned out. Like I said, it's not. I do have other camps. This isn't my primary character. This is one of my old characters. I do have normal looking camps, but I definitely like this concept. I like being able to be in here and nobody can get in, nobody can show up and shoot me up, or nobody can come and disturb me. I could be AFKing and taking the dog for a walk without having to worry about somebody destroying my camp, right? So just to get in terms of building this place, what I started doing is I laid out the foundation. So that's what I suggest you doing, with the exception of possibly the entrance. So if you do want the door to be able to blocked in, you are going to have to add an additional few blocks in there in front of the doorway, which isn't really part of the foundation as such, but as you can see, the foundation sort of goes this way. So what I did is I put down the harvester, put down a generator somewhere, and then I built around the harvester, and I just kind of put down all the foundation, just so I kind of had an idea of how big I was going to build, and then from there I started building the walls, right? All these stacking the foundations on top, and then sort of just did one layer at a time type thing. As you can see, I've got literally 4 layers of concrete foundations, sort of one at the bottom here, the second layer, third layer, and then of course the final layer is the roof, right? So this is kind of my little green area. Sort of wanted kind of like I know it doesn't really make sense, but sort of a grassy area with the Brahmin, and then sort of a general area. So as you can see, lots of room. If we had a lot of budget, we could decorate a lot more, put more pictures, make it more cozy. But it's obviously a lot of room to do stuff. But as I said, I'm at max budget here. And that's pretty much all I could put in. But I got enough in to make it cozy with the kitchen, all my workbenches, bedroom area, a sort of a TV lounge area, and a bedroom area above there. Five water pumps. A Brahmin, which gives me my fertilizer if I need to grow more stuff. A bunch of crops here. I got lemon, a sort of water lemon there. I've got razor grain, I've got some taters in the corner there, some corn, some meaty fruit. So pretty much everything that you kind of need to be self-contained, right? Also a large generator, I was able to squeeze in there. I had it kind of standing on the floor before, but it made sense to kind of put it down there, sort of out the way. I'd have liked to have built like walls around this, maybe put some nice sort of colorful barn walls or brick walls around this, hiding that per se. Maybe the same with these kind of water pumps, maybe build some walls there, but again, lack of budget prevented me from doing that. But you could make this kind of in a little house, almost look like more of a house than an actual bunker itself, right? But as you can see, very spacious, very large inside. Let me give you kind of a more of a higher view here. Let's go into photo mode here quick. So as you can see, this is kind of the layout. So it's a very spacious inside. Yeah, I mean, even with a whole bunch of decorations. As you can see, I've got light panels on the wall. Got a bedroom there with a bed, table. Whole crop area, 5 water pumps, Brahmin. So you definitely can push your budget to the limit. You know, like I said, you can make a more cozier bunker, maybe go smaller, and then maybe everything, you know, put everything closer together. It makes it more cozy. Pick an area that's sort of on a stream or somewhere that's, you know, under some trees or something might be better as well. Let me see if I can get on the roof view, yeah, for you guys to show you the view from the top. I'm not sure I'll be able to, but let me see if I can try. Yeah. There's actually quite a gorgeous view from the top. Just gonna wait for my HP to get up there. Maybe I can climb up here. Oh. Trying to climb on the... Oh, there we go. Okay, I'll grab that one quick. Probably the easier one would be to do that way. Probably. So as you can see, I put sort of the grass on the top here, the turf, if you will. You know, like if somebody comes over the top, you know, they look down, they'll just see a lot of green. Not that I'll necessarily hide it, but... So yeah, as you can see, got a beautiful view from the top. Got sort of, you know, more water and lakes down in front of the building here, with a view in the distance. On a clear day, you can see, you know, some of the bog, I think, in the distance there. And of course, you can see top of the world in this direction, right? So I saved some budget on the corners, as you can see. I didn't build out. Obviously, in this case, there's a tree there. But, you know, you can save a bit of budget by building sort of around the corners, if you will. You build that first layer, and then sort of around, you save a bit of budget. These concrete blocks really don't use. They use a tiny amount of budget. You'll see how impressive and how far you can actually stretch the building if you wanted to build a larger building. You might be able to save some budget. I don't think so. I think the floors will probably use the same amount of budget, but if you wanted a lower building, I suppose you could try use the floors. You might have some steps going up to those floors or something. Or if you wanted to, you know, instead of having these layers to prevent people from actually jumping up, you're probably going to have that first layer, but you might be able to block that as well if you build blocks on top of that one as well, at least one of them, to prevent people getting up top. But just remember, if somebody has a the Marpuso serum, I think it's called, it allows them to jump fairly high. Plus, if they have a jetpack and the serum, they can jump pretty high. So if you do have access points on the roof, if you're thinking of making this a deck, they'll still be able to get in quite easily. I remember somebody built one on the cliff overlooking White Spring. and it was literally impossible to get access to his roof, except he had built the artillery cannons right next to his house, which was pretty funny. All I did was jump on the artillery cannons, and then I accessed his roof. And of course, the door that I was actually facing, the White Spring Resort, had no lock, and I literally just jumped on the roof and inside his place. So he thought it was impenetrable, but of course he left a flaw in his design where, you know, you could access the roof just because of those cannons. Without those cannons there, I wouldn't have been able to jump on the roof, but he didn't obviously plan for that, right? So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, I'm not sure whether this is really an exploit. You know, it uses these. Let's grab this here quickly. Let's store that quick. So I'll leave it up there. So it uses these fireplaces, which basically makes it look like it's dirt. That's how you build foundations on top of foundations. You put this fireplace just right on the edge here, and then it allows you to actually place a concrete block underneath it, or just kind of at the corner where I obviously have it, making it look like it's actually dirt. And then some other guy came up with the idea with these poles. I'm not sure these poles really do anything. They did seem to help, but I guess, you know, the way he mentioned it was that it helps align the blocks. So I left them there, and it kind of looks cool when it's embedded into the concrete, especially when there's no door there. It almost looked kind of, you know, somebody will show up and, you know, why on earth is that pole there, right? But I did use both the pole and the let's see if we can. So you can kind of look here. It just looks odd in the thing, and you can have a tall pole obviously as well. I just went with a short one because I thought it looked kind of cool. But that's how you block the entrance, and then the dirt just allows, or the fireplace allows you to place that concrete block on top of another concrete block, and the poles just maybe help align it or kind of do something similar. In his video, he puts a pole on top of a pole, then removes the bottom pole, and that just allows the concrete block to click a little bit better. So I did, like I said, I did use both. When I did the lower levels, I used the poles, and when I was starting to do the top walls and that, I just used the fireplace, and it allowed me to go quicker. The poles just take a little bit longer to place and remove, so, you know, it just extends the amount of time you spend on your bunker, right? But there you go, completely self-contained bunker, impenetrable in the most part. You know, hopefully it will survive a nuke. I mean, might be a good build for a nuke zone where you're continuously being attacked by Scorch. So maybe forget about the player issue. You know, obviously another issue is the Scorch beast that continuously attacks your place when you're home. This will make your camp indestructible to the Scorch beast. He can keep on sending his sonic beams and possibly not doing any damage. He might. It'll be interesting to test whether the poison gets through the walls, because that'll tell you whether radiation from a nuke zone would get through the walls and whether it actually destroy any of your stuff inside, right? So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you got any other ideas, or if you got similar builds, by all means post them in the comment section and let other people take a look at your builds. I mean, I think it's a fun concept for maybe, you know, people are just tired of the camps being destroyed, or if you're in a popular area, a busy area, and you're just getting sick and tired of your camp being blown up, then maybe that's an idea. Maybe you just want to live in a bunker, right? You know, once you're inside, it's all nice, snug and cozy, and you know, you get left alone. No one can look in the windows, or you know, even see you. They just can see you kind of standing there on the map, and they can't actually you know, get you, which is kind of interesting. And maybe that'll open up some messages, and you know, you can make some friends, because, you know, people want to kind of see what you've done there, right? So anyway, thanks for watching. Enjoy.